Okay, so this is Fairy Tale chapter number 457, chapter 457, titled Battle of Naked, which is weirdest chapter title ever. Because only like, I want to say, only 6 pages are actually involving naked people. So the chapter starts off with Miss Brandish and Lucy in the bathtub, washing each other, and she's like, I've seen you somewhere, I know you from somewhere, and she's like, well, where do you know me from? I was like an author in Sorcerer Weekly for like a year. And she's like, no, that's not it. She was like, Grand Magic Games, and then she was like, no, that's not it either. And then she realises, well, then Lucy's about to stab her with, it's either a key or something from the bathroom. She's about to stab her, and then she says her mum's name, and it's just like, and then judging by her reaction, Miss Brandish knows that it's Lucy's mum, and she starts to use her shapeshifter powers to shrink the room. Lucy manages to get out, and then they proceed, and then she's like, how do you know my mum? And then she's like, no, I can't even be asked to talk about it. So I'm actually very interested in what's the relationship between Miss Brandish and her mum. Yeah, and then she gets saved by Kana. Well, she didn't really get saved, and then it moves over to Gajeel, Wendy, and Natsu, and they're like, oh yeah, Natsu's like, I'm not even using my full power, and then Gajeel's like, I'm using 10% of my power, and then Natsu's like, oh yeah, well I'm using 0.1% of my power, and they were talking about having a hard time against them, but it's because they've been reserving their power, which is actually like a thirst for Fairy Tail. They never do stuff like that. I've got the chapter up here, so I'm just like quickly skimming over, and then it moves on. Oh, and then Natsu like is getting attacked by one of them, and he does one of his awesome punch drawn by Hero, which looks amazing as always, and everyone's like, oh shit, and then Urza's like, well, I better follow in your fighting spirit, and she manages to re-equip to one of her wind guard, is it the wind guard armor? I don't want to get it wrong. Where is it? Sorry. I think it is. I can't find it. So she re-equips into one of her wind god armors, because I think there was like wind surrounding them created by Natsu's punch. Who knows? But she manages to somehow bullshit and re-equipped. And then she fucking like cuts Aegil in half. But it kind of makes it look like he's like falling. And yeah, that pretty much was the chapter. Like not loads happened, but then I guess we found out about the thing with Miss Brandish, which was good. So yeah, that was Fairy Tail chapter 457. I don't know what the next chapter is called. Well, the next chapter is called Morning Star. Next chapter is Morning Star, chapter 458. Yeah, that was the chapter.